I'm just going to go through these speed, distance, time calculations quickly. So we have this one here. Calculate the speed of a unicycle that travels 100 meters in 25 seconds. So if we list the values, so we're looking at speed, distance, and time. So our speed, that's what we want to know because we're calculating the speed. The distance is 100 meters and the time is 25 seconds. Now we write the equation linking the values. Well, I've got speed, distance, and time. I know that the equation for that is speed equals distance divided by time. Enter the values that I have into the equation. Well, I don't know the speed, that's what I want to find, but I know that the distance is 100, so it's going to be 100 divided by time, 25. So I rearrange it. I don't need to rearrange it, it's already fine for speed. And I know that 100 divided by 25 is 4. And the final thing I need to do is add the units. And I've got meters divided by seconds. Yes, 100 meters divided by 25 seconds. So it's 4 meters per second. Okay, next. Calculate the distance of a unicycle that travels at a speed of 4 meters per second for 25 seconds. So I write down the values. So I've got speed of 4 meters per second for 25 seconds. So speed equals 4 meters per second. Distance, that's what I want to find, and my time is 25 seconds. The equation linking those three is speed equals distance over time. I put my values in. Speed is 4. Distance, that's what I want to find, so I leave it as a D. Divided by my time is 25. Now I'm going to rearrange it. How do I rearrange it? Well, to get D, I'm going to need to times this side by 25 and times this side by 25. So I get 4 times 25 equals D times 25 divided by 25. Okay, those cancel. So I'm left with D equals 4 times 25. Okay, so I get D equals 100. Okay, and my speed is in meters per second, my time is in seconds, which means my distance is going to be 100 meters. Next one. Calculate the time it takes for a bicycle that travels at a speed of 5 meters per second to travel 10 meters. So speed is 5 meters per second. Distance equals 10 meters and time, that's what I want to find. So I have speed equals distance over time. Speed is 5, distance is 10, and time is what I want to know. Okay, now I'm going to rearrange it. So I'm going to times this side by t and this side by t. Okay, so I'm going to get 5 times t equals 10. Okay, because remember, I times this side by t and I get 10 divided by t times t, and the t's cancel. Now, I still need to find t, so I'm going to divide this side by 5 and divide this side by 5. So if I divide this side by 5, I get rid of my 5, and I get t equals 10 divided by 5, which is 2. What are my units? Well, I'm doing meters and meters per second, so it will be 2 seconds. Okay, and that makes sense, doesn't it? Because if I'm going 5 meters per second and I go 10 meters, I must have been riding for 2 seconds. Okay, and last one, speed of 4, distance 25 meters. So speed equals 4 meters per second, distance equals 25. Time is what I want to know. The equation is speed equals distance over time. I put the values in, I get 4 equals 25 divided by t. Okay, I'm going to rearrange it the same way, so I'm going to multiply both sides by t. So I get 4 times t equals 25. Divide both sides by 4. So I get t equals 25 divided by 4. 25 divided by 4, if I get my calculator, 25 divided by 4, 6.25. And because I'm doing meters per second and meters, if this is a time, this is going to be 6.25 seconds. What I'd like you to do now is to answer these questions. However, I'm going to do some of these slightly differently. So the first three are fine. So we're going to calculate speed in meters per second, meters per second, meters per second. For question 4, you've got 125 meters in 2.5 minutes. I'd like that in meters per second. So here you have to do 2.5 minutes, and you have to convert that into seconds first. Okay, before you do the actual calculation. Number 5 is fine, that's in meters per second. This one, number 6, you're given distance in kilometers, time in minutes. I would like speed in kilometers per hour. So you're going to need to convert 45 minutes into hours. And then number 7, I want it in meters per second, so you're going to have to change those units first. And then I think the rest of them are all fine, except for there is one, which is this one. Okay, so for this one you need to be careful. All right, so here you're given speed in meters per second, and you're given the distance in kilometers, and I want the answer in minutes. So what I would recommend is first you change this into meters. Okay, so you go from kilometers to meters. Then you calculate the time in seconds. Okay, and then convert that into minutes. All right, so that's quite a difficult one, but if you do it that way, you convert the distance into meters first, use that to calculate the time in seconds, and then convert the time in seconds into minutes, and you'll be fine. All right, so do those questions now.